So good. Well, let's talk about the timing of these releases. Why a release now, or even two releases now after all these years, 20 years? What changed?
Oh, you're asking all the right questions, Chris. What I would start by saying is timing is everything. And when God wants your attention, He will uproot and do what He must to get it. I want to answer this question by saying in 2023, when my daughter was applying for Berkeley College, the teachers, they also recommended that she apply to Berkeley College. And we did that. And while we were applying and getting her ready for the audition, I actually said to the Lord, I was in prayer, and I said, God, if you grant my daughter admission, if you give her a scholarship, and if you also provide tuition and housing for at least a year, I'm going to start back singing. I made a vow to Him. To do that was a leap of faith. And so much so then I beat Trinity, and we decided in January 2024 that we were going to do her concert. So we started planning, not knowing if she was going to get into Berkeley or not, but I believed God. In April of 2024, we got word from Berkeley College of Music that not only was she granted admission, but she also was granted a scholarship. Oh, here's when it gets dicey. So then later down, about May or so, May, June, July, we would have received word that her tuition and her accommodation for that year was also covered. Remember, I made a vow to God. I made a vow to the Lord. And so that's in April. We are getting ready now for Junior Monarch. Junior Monarch comes, goes. She's in 10, she's in All-Stars. All-Stars come, goes. She makes it into Pickety Crop. Pickety Crop comes and goes. And don't forget, she also turned 18 in June. And guess what? I did not keep my vow. So the Lord, faithful to His promises, faithful to us keeping His vows. So in August now, because that's when we had the concert planned for. So we finished Crop Over, we get ready for the concert. And I remember when it was planning the concert, one of our personnel said, Kareen, you going to be singing for the concert? I said, no, I'm singing, they're going to be too busy. And I completely forgot. I was busy. I won't even say I was distracted. I was just busy with her that I lost sight of the vow I made to God. And then in August of that same year, the Lord said, oh, I know exactly how I'm going to get your attention. So my daughter around that time started acting the fool. I'm not going to get into details because the devil is always in the details. People can speculate all they want, but the devil is always in the details. And you know, because obviously I would have shared that moment with you and all her godparents. And it was a time where God got my attention. He got my attention because there was no more Trinity. And it was just me and God. It was a time where I was broken. And I started to cry out to God. And God was like, so now that I've got your attention, you made a vow to me. In my quiet time talking to God, He would be telling me to sing. And I remember, I'm always talking to God. Sometimes you always see me talking and think I'm talking to myself. I'm really talking to God. Yeah. And I remember in our discourses and our exchanges, He would say, sing. And I remember telling God, well, sing what? I'm hurt. I'm mad. I am broken. You know, I just want my daughter to come to her senses. This is me talking to God. And all the Lord is saying to me, sing. I didn't want to sing. When I finally decided, all right, I can sing, I didn't say it with my heart. I said it with my mouth. All right, what am I saying? I can sing. So I called Eric Lewis and I asked him to write a song for me for Crop Over. But I didn't mean it because I didn't follow up on it. And then going to the ending of 2024, I had 2 graduations. So I am studying singing. And then in February of this year, I spoke to a friend of mine named Ziggy. He's a chef. Ziggy called me to tell me he wants to sing social commentary, and I'm excited, and I'm encouraging him. And then I said to him, well, I had asked Eric Lewis to write me a song too, so I just said that to him to encourage him. And Ziggy was like, so what are you singing about? You usually know what you're doing and stuff like that. So at the end of the call, Ziggy said, Kareen, you need to reach out to Eric Lewis, because what happened is I started encouraging Ziggy to reach out to Eric Lewis too for a song. So I encouraging Ziggy, but I am encouraging myself. So long and short of that is, after that call with Ziggy, I messaged Eric the same time, and I didn't speak to Eleanor Rice, the tent manager, so I used that opportunity to message Eleanor Rice. And the long and short is, I'm here. I now have 2 songs for Crop Over. I didn't plan on doing anything. I was mad with God. I was mad. We're at a place now where I'm like, okay, God, I just want to say something to you. I see now what you did. I understand now why you did it. He moved me out of my comfort zone. He moved me from that place of slumber where it was comfortable just being in the back and not singing. And I said to God, next time, don't do this part. I'm serious. I said, God, I see what you did, but not like this. You people talking and they don't even know what they're saying. And even my daughter acting the fool, but don't do it like this, God. But I'm just grateful that I'm here. If what happened didn't happen, we would not be doing this interview. I would not have these 2 Calypso songs. I would not have written those songs, and God would not have gotten his glory. So I give God thanks for that.
Why release music for crop over instead of another time of the year?
So timing is everything indeed. And right now, to be honest, Chris, Barbados is going through a lot. And silence just didn't feel like an option anymore. Crop over is more than revelry. It's a national stage. And it's the one time of year when the country is fully tuned in. And I wanted to bring music that speaks not only to the vibe, but to the heart of the nation. Both tracks, My Condolences and Last Time, were born out of conviction, not convenience. They challenge, they uplift, and they remind us of what truly and really matters. This wasn't just about making a comeback. This was about coming forward with intention. And I give God glory for that.